One of the mistakes that Bernie Sanders made, a mistake that Shama Sawan and I called him out on before he announced his campaign, was the decision to run within the embrace of the Democratic Party. And we are now watching Bernie Sanders supporters, and I think arguably Sanders himself, confront the fact that this has been a rigged system. That when you have a system, let's not forget, by the way, that the cost of running the primaries is paid for by the taxpayer. And yet the primary rules are determined by the Democratic Party, so that they can manipulate a system as they did in Nevada to steal the vote from Sanders. They lock out independents. This is why in that last cycle, Sanders only won Rhode Island. That was the only state in which independents were allowed to vote. You have a system of superdelegates. You have money from super PACs. It's very clear that without all of these mechanisms, Sanders would win the nomination. And yet, through this long process, we have been given palpable evidence that democracy within the United States is a facade. And we are about to enter an electoral process with two presidential candidates who have the highest negativity ratings in American history, Donald Trump being number one and Hillary Clinton being number two. And those of us who care about recovering agency within our country, overthrowing the corporate coup d'etat that has taken place, and just for Homeland Security, who might be here tonight, let me repeat that word, that's called overthrow. We are going to have to step outside that system and build movements that resist. We are going to have to free ourselves from the insidious mantra of the least worst, because it doesn't work. Every election cycle, we're fed the mantra of the least worst, and it gets worse. Because our two-party duopoly, while it has a different rhetoric, serves the same centers of power. And that is why on all of the major structural issues there has been complete continuity between George W. Bush and Barack Obama, with the caveat that Barack Obama's assault on civil liberties has been worse.